let's talk about these right here. Okay, first up, they've already kind of lied to you a few things. One is the Shang Tsung pre-order bonus. They called it a pre-order bonus, but it wasn't like a pre-order code that they emailed you or put on your receipt. It was packed in with the game. Okay, I haven't even used mine yet because I really don't care. But yeah, it's a code that is packed in. So as long as you got one of the first prints of the game, you've got it. You didn't have to pre-order it. So that was kind of a lie. Next up is they played it up as if the Jean-Claude Van Damme, Johnny Cage costume was exclusive to the premium edition. Well, it's not. You can buy it right now, right? If you got the regular edition. So they've kind of been a little deceitful on a couple of these things already. It wasn't a pre-order bonus, and this wasn't exclusive. Okay, now let's get into the monetary stuff. Okay, first up, they don't let you just buy stuff. This doesn't just say, hey, $5, $10, whatever. It says 800 dragon crystals. Okay, that's what they call them. Well, what's that? Okay, well, we can go look and see what dragon crystals are. Here they are right here. So by default, they're essentially, there you go. So you can get 500 for $5. So a dragon crystal is a penny. And then if you buy more of them, you get a discount. Okay, so instead of $40 getting you 4,000, you're going to get 5,900. So, okay, thanks for that. Okay, we appreciate that. That essentially you're getting a discount the more you buy. But the issue is that they've only got these select bundles. There's no way to buy 800, for instance, right? We saw just a minute ago that we had Melina, like, oh, I want to buy this Melina costume, 800. Okay, that's $8. For whatever reason, I don't mind paying $8 for a costume. Okay, if that's what you're saying, I think $8 for a costume is absolutely stupid to me. Like that's where I'll get into it. Like I don't mind paying something. Like you want to charge $1, a couple of bucks, that kind of stuff for extra things that people have made after the fact to continue the game going and finance it and all that stuff. I don't mind tossing you a couple of dollars, right? I go to a restaurant and I'll leave you a tip. That's cool. But like, order $20 worth of stuff and then leave you a $20 tip and you didn't really do anything. It starts to get a little ridiculous. So 800 dragon crystals to get the Melina costume. Well, how do you get that? Right? Here's 500. Well, that's not going to do it. I'll be 300 short. So you'd have to buy this one right here to get your 800. So you would have to spend $10, even though what you want only costs $8, and you would have this remainder. And that's the whole reason for this kind of stuff, right? We've seen it all the time at fairs and, Disneyland and all that stuff. It's like, oh, you can only use the in-park currency. So you spend all this money and then you're left over with stuff. It was the same thing at the arcade, right? Some of the arcades use tokens as opposed to quarters. So like, you go ahead and put your $5 in, they give you tokens. So you've already spent the $5, So it's that kind of thing. But it's so stupid to me because it's all digital. So there's no reason why you can't just buy 800, right? They could discount the bundles, but if you wanted to say, buy this bundle and then add an extra 300, there's no reason why you can't do it other than they don't want you to because they're going to benefit from it. And that's where it starts to piss you off a little bit. So you want to buy Melina, you'd have to buy this one right here, $1,250, right? That's how many you get, $1,250. And then you would spend your $800 and you'd have $450 left. Okay, we got $450 left. What can we buy now with $450? We got anything for $450? Oh, we've got this stuff for $500, right? Isn't that convenient? Isn't it convenient that it doesn't work out to where your balance is zero? You always have something left over. And they know that. And that's the kind of stuff that pisses me off. That's the kind of stuff that puts me in a bad mood. It's like, I don't mind paying for stuff, but let's not do this swindly shit. And that's what they're doing. So, we got that. And then, look at these. $10. This is a $10 costume, right? Now, not if you buy the bundle, right? You get $1,250. You'd have $250 left that you could use on nothing. Is there anything that's $250? Maybe somewhere. I don't know. 100, 300. I don't see anything that's worth $250. Is there anything that has 50? Like, I haven't investigated this. Is there anything? Is there anything in here? I don't even know. Do you buy this die? I guess not. I don't know. Is there anything in the shop that ends in 50? Right? They all in some increment of 100. So if it's all increments of 100, if they weren't dickheads, then everything would be sold in increments of 100. Nah, let's do 1250, not 1300. Let's give you that extra 50. Okay, so let's talk about this fatality. This is really the thing that really sets it off. This is a fatality. Okay. An animation that lasts 10, 20 seconds, however long they last these days. A fatality. A cutscene is what this is. This is a cutscene you can activate only when you win. And they want to charge you $1,200. Okay? Now, if you use the bundle, that's $10. But in actual Dragon coin currency, that's actually $12. They want to charge you $10 to $12 for you to have a fatality. Now, look, if you want to spend your money on that and you want to contribute to this nonsense, that's okay. For me, it's not about the money; it's the principle of it. It's absolutely the principle of it. You're wanting to charge somebody first off for a fatality. I think that's kind of ridiculous to do. But if you were going to do that, you're like, look, we got no more money. We're trying to do anything to keep the game alive, and we've worked really hard, and we've made these fatalities. And if you could just chip in a nickel, a quarter, $1, we'd really appreciate it. And you wanted to charge 50 cents or $1 for a fatality. I still think it's a little shady, but at least it's like, okay, it's just a little tip. I get you. It's like a little $1, it's a little 50 cents, it's whatever. But $10, dude? Like, how much do we pay for movies? This is essentially a 20-second movie that you watch that also requires you to win, and they want to charge you this much money. That's absolutely insane. I already think this is insane, right? $10 for a fucking costume. $10, and it's not even right, I'll point out. Like, it's supposed to be a skull, right? It's just got a burned face. It's not what he looked like in Deadly Alliance. I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess, but it's like, at least with this, right? I think $10 for a costume is absolutely atrocious. Okay, used to, we'd buy a whole game for $50, $60, even $70. Even if you went back to the old days, N64 or Super Nintendo, where you were paying $75 for a game, right? Even if you paid $70 for the original Mortal Kombat and only had 7 characters, that was $10 a character for a character, you know? This game comes out, what do we got, 25, 24, I don't know how many characters, something like that. But you get all of that for $70, and it's like, yeah, but just a costume is now going to cost you 10. That's insane. But it's amazing to me that the costume is 10, and the costume is something you could look at and appreciate everywhere, right? You could go into training mode and look at that. You could go into invasions mode if you wanted to do that. You could, whatever you wanted, you could see this everywhere all the time and really soak up that $10 that you spent. What is this? What is this? When do you get to see it? And it's going to be the same every time. Man, I don't know. Somebody bought it, right? Congrats to you, but like, I just can't get it, man. I don't get it. I'm not going to be paying for no fatality. So yeah, to me, it's completely shady. The amount, the fact that you have to pay for it, and then the amount, it's just, oh. So when I say that it's not, when I say it's not about the money, it's like, let me explain it like this. If I went to a restaurant and, you know, it ended up costing $100 for 2 people, right? But when I went in there, I knew what I was getting, right? And they treated me right. I walked in, they were very polite to me. You know, they automatically brought me out some chips or biscuits or whatever it is, right? They just go ahead and bring it out there while you're waiting. You order, and they're on top of bringing you drinks. You know what I mean? You're not having to flag anybody down. Later on, they're asking you want a to-go box. You say, yeah, you pack it up, you roll out. You give them a big-ass tip, and you leave, and, okay, you spent $100 or more, but you feel okay, all right? I would rather have that situation than to go to a place, right, and I only end up spending $50 for two people, but when I walk in, they want to charge me, $5 to sit down. They don't bring me a fork. That's an extra 50 cents. 50 cents a fork. Napkins are a quarter. To-go boxes cost you money. There's a fee for taking the food with you. All that kind of stuff. And I leave there and I only spent $50. I'm never going back there. Okay? So it wasn't the amount of money. It's the principle of it. That you're trying to nickel and dime me for every little thing. And it just puts a bad taste in your mouth. That's the whole thing with all this stuff. You start to piss people off. Like me right now, I'm so annoyed by this stuff that I don't want to support the game at all. All right, so yeah, Street Fighter is also really egregious with its prices. And I know it can kind of sound like, well, you say it's not about the money, yet you're complaining about the amount of money. But it's like, what are you getting for the price? Like I think there's an amount that's fair. That seems like, yeah, that's reasonable. I understand you guys are doing extra work. We don't expect you to do everything for free. But, it's like somebody opening the door for you and then expects you to hand them $10. You know what I mean? It's just like, it doesn't feel like they did you a favor. It sounds like they're trying to swindle you. So let's get into the shop real quick. So here's the shop. Now, first off, we got characters, for instance. Okay, characters are $350. $350 what? Right, this is their own currency. $350F. Well, what's that? Well, it stands for fight coins. Okay, well, how much are fight coins? So you go in here and you take a look. Let's see. Here we go. We got bundles, right? Again with the bundles. 250 fight coins is $5. So they've basically. Mortal Kombat has it so that a dragon crystal is a penny, and Street Fighter pretty much has it where it's 2 pennies. So it sounds like it's less money, $250. Oh, that's not too bad. Well, $250 is actually $5. So our character back here that says $350, we got to double it. So it's $7 is what this character costs. $7. Okay, well, it's not $5, so it's not as good as that, but it's better than paying $10 for a character. So, okay, I don't mind paying $7 for this character. Let's just say, okay, I can spend $7. Let's go ahead and buy this character. Okay, well, the only way to buy the character outside of the season pass, which I'll talk about in a minute, is to buy these bundles, right? I can't just come in here and buy 350 fight coins. I've got to buy them in bundles. Well, where's the one that's for 350? Well, there isn't one. Where's the one that's a multiple of 350? I don't see one of those either. So 350 and 350 would be 700. Nope, this is short. All right, if we add another 350, we'd be at 1,050. Well, here you have an extra 200 left over, right? So if you bought this, you could buy. Let's see, you could buy 3 characters. And then you'd have some left over. So basically the way this works out is that no matter what bundle of fight coins you buy, you're always going to have that remainder, the thing I'm talking about. This is the kind of shit, man. This absolutely irritates me. So in order for me to buy a single character, right, for 350 fight coins, I would have to buy the 610. Okay? That's what I have to buy. And then I would have 260 left. Right, so I'd have 260 fight coins left. And I'm rambling this off quick, so maybe my mouth's off. But, okay, 260. Well, what can I do with that? What costs 260? You want to buy a sticker? I'd have 60 left. Where's anything in here that ends in a 60? Right, everything is 50. Everything's a multiple of 50. There's hundreds, right? 350, 50. There's nothing in here. 25, right? Okay, so 25 is the least anything costs. So everything's a multiple of 25. So why do we have a bundle that ends in 10? That's what I'm saying. This should be 600. If it's going to be anything, this should be 600 or 650, right? This is deliberate. The only way you would ever be able to use all of your fighter coins, if you bought this, since it doesn't have a 5 in it, you'd have to buy 5 of these so that 10 could turn into a 50. That's the only way. If you didn't buy this thing 5 times, you would always have fighter coins left over. Unless somewhere there's something that costs 10, but I don't see it. So you've got that. You got that dumb stuff right there. Then you got up here with costumes. Okay, costumes. 50. That means it's $1. Okay. $1 for a costume, I personally don't have a problem with in games. I think that's kind of a fair price. Like, here's $1. Okay, cool. All right. Even if I've seen something that was 2, it's like, okay, when you get to 5, then I'm starting to get a little like, you're starting to get a little crazy for something that's just a digital item that, right, you don't have any overhead. You don't have a stock of it. It's just like you created it and now everybody can pay you for it. Then you get into $10 and I'm just like, you guys are crazy. So all of these here, you can spend $1 on, or you can actually unlock these. So any of the ones you see that say owned, I've unlocked them in World Tour mode. Because I like doing that stuff, playing through games and unlocking stuff, right? So again, it's not about the money. Like $1 for a costume, I don't mind, but it's like, I'd rather just play the game and unlock it. Okay. So essentially these are costumes that they've given you, right? You have to work a little bit for them, but they do give them to you. So with that, they're being fair and they're saying, we'll just charge you $1. Okay. And to their credit, these are the classic costumes that people would really want, right? And the fact that they made these the ones that you can unlock or only charge you $1, I got to give them a little bit of credit because they could have held these hostage. Right? They could have said, hey, you want cami cheeks? That's going to cost you, $5 or $10. They definitely could have done that. So props for not doing that. Okay, so that's the credit I will give them. Now, then we come over to here. It's so lopsided. It's like on the one hand, it's not too bad, and then on the other, it's just absolutely ridiculous. This right here, these are colors for the default costume. Default costumes, you get 2 colors, but there's 10 total. And as far as I know, there's no way to unlock these colors. It's just, you have to buy them for $1 a piece. That's insane to me. So they want you, if you wanted all the colors for the default costume, and they already give you 2, you would have to buy 8 more. Right? You would have to spend $8. Now, granted, there's a bundle, right? There's a bundle, but individually, you would have to spend $8 to buy all of these. And you can say, well, you can also use those drive tickets over there. You see 1,000 drive tickets. Okay, you see in the top right-hand corner, I have 2,800. I've played a lot of the game, and that's all I have. That's it. 2,800. I mean, this isn't like something like in Street Fighter V where you could get a lot of fight money all the time. This is like, I never get any of these drive tickets. But yeah, okay, so let's say it's 360, so that'd be $7.20. $7, over $7 to unlock the other 8 colors. Over $7. So for me to unlock the remaining colors for default costume actually costs more than the character. That's crazy. The character's $7. These prices don't make any sense, dude. Absolutely insane. And then it's also weird too. So like, I like a lot of fighting games, but like I do like the 5 main ones is Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Killer Instinct, Soul Calibur, and Tekken. That's what I really like. And it's like when I go and play Soul Calibur or Tekken, it's like you can make any color you want. It's not even limited to 10 colors. Like you have the whole RGB color spectrum, and it's like, yeah, they just give you that. You know, Soul Calibur, it's like, here's all these items, and you can just make your own characters or whatever. Like that's a feature like I wouldn't mind paying for, even like with the amount of freedom they give you with that. But that was like included with the game. Like any colors you want, you can equip or unequip whatever items. You can even, you know, this game's like, no, you want a necklace? $20, please. Look at this stuff down here. Emotes. Keep in mind, this is $2. They want to charge you $2 for your character to do that right there. Fist pump too. $2, please. The motion capture artist that did that animation shouldn't have made $2 to do that animation, right? Even if you implemented the animator to clean that up, that wasn't even worth $2, dude. But they want to charge everybody $2, right? That should have. You want to do this? $2. Insane, dude. Look at that. There you go. Just fall on the ground. Oh. That's my reaction there when they give me the prices of all this stuff. Just insane, dude. No way. And it was the same, and I don't know where the stuff's at, but whenever they added like the Ninja Turtles and stuff, the Ninja Turtle costumes, each one of them was 10 or 15. And it was like per turtle. So if you wanted all four turtles, it was either $40 or $60. I don't remember which way it was, but it's like, you're insane. It's just a costume. It's just a costume. I mean, as opposed to like Injustice 2 that actually included the Ninja Turtles. I don't remember how much they were, but it's like you got all of them, and they were an actual character. So this stuff's absolutely insane. So fortunately, I like a lot of the default stuff, the default costumes and all that. So you know, I haven't spent any extra money on it, which is kind of a shame because I wouldn't mind chipping in some extra money for these games because I love them so much and I play them so much. But now when you're trying to hit me with this like $10 for, you know, you want to press the start button, $10 please. And I've joked about it before, but I think that's where it's headed. At some point, it's just going to be a title screen with a shop, and that's it. You know, if you want to get into the main menu, that's going to cost you. You want access to the circle button, that's going to cost a little extra. You'll buy all the moves you want. You know, it's a list of 50 moves, but you know, you can just pay for the ones you want. At some point, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And you know, the sad part though is that as long as people keep paying for it, they'll keep doing it, right? As long as they see that money. And unfortunately, you know, some people can't resist enough. They're like, oh, I just can't. I just have to have that emote. So I'm gonna buy it. You know, I just have to have the Halloween fatality in Mortal Kombat. So I'm gonna spend $10 or $12 on it. And then they're gonna see the money and go like, oh well, that worked out. That paid off. I'm like, wouldn't it be better to charge less and then, you know, potentially have more people that would be interested in it? But that's not the way they want to do it, dude. They just want to be jerks about it. So, unfortunately, that's the way it is. And yeah, hopefully it changes. But that's really all dependent on us. All of it's, you know, it all depends on us. Just not being cool with it. Let them know how dumb it is. And yeah, until they see that money drop, they'll keep on doing it, man. Anyway, that's all I got to say about it right now. Later.